Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm with my buddy John. We're back with another movie. Yeah, yeah, we're back with another movie review. We haven't done one in a while, and this is a documentary because we were checking out stuff on Shudder, dedicated to my friend Matt Spoofer, and this is a King Cohen, the Wild World of Filmmaker Larry Cohen, because I'm a huge Larry Cohen fan, and also a couple short film reviews after this one.
I've only seen a few that I know of. I saw Q, The Stuff. What's the other one? Shoot.
It's alive?
Maybe. That's a maybe one, because I might have seen it so long ago that I don't remember. Just like The Ambulance.
Okay.
I think I did see it. And then, now I forgot what's another one of the big ones. There's Q, The Stuff. And boy, now I forgot what the third one is. But yeah, so there's only a handful of his I've seen. And of course, Jason was surprised to learn how much he's actually done.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised. I mean, because I was surprised he did a lot of screenplays for TV shows. And it was funny because I guess he did, I mean, from the 50s and 60s. I didn't know about this.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was funny because he said he did a screenplay for an episode of Naked City that got rejected. And then 20 years later or so later, he ended up selling it to NYPD Blue. They accepted it and became a big hit.
Yeah. What's fascinating is, seeing other directors talking about it, but not only like Mick Garris, who's done a lot of Stephen King adaptations, it's kind of expected, but then you get into Joe Dante, then John Landis, and then the big one, Martin Scorsese.
I know.
Who's a fan of his. Of all people, it's like, wow. Because, you think of him as this low-budget real filmmaker, so you don't think that these big Hollywood directors would be fans of his, but they are. Unfortunately, Larry's passed now, but, I gotta go back and start watching some stuff, because, I always want to see Q, and for some reason it slipped through the cracks.
Well,
I first saw it, and, why didn't the Famous Monsters of Filmland or something like that? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I really want to see this, and then never did. And then, what was it, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, I found it on, or maybe less time, maybe since we started hanging out, again, on Amazon Prime, like, oh, I gotta watch this, and it was fantastic. David Carradine, and was it,
Fred Williamson? Or?
Was it Fred, or was it Richard Roundtree?
Oh, Richard Roundtree, Mama said, yeah, Richard Roundtree.
And then, forget what the other one is, that's in...
Michael Moriarty.
Yeah, that's in a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
And, it's fantastic. So it's funny, listening to the behind the scenes. It's like, yeah, they were renovating the Chrysler building.
No.
And, so he asked, well, what are those buckets on the side? Oh, yeah, that's the people doing the construction works. Hey, you want to see if they want to be in the movie? Sure. So he gives them all these guns with legs.
I know. It's awesome.
And then all the shells are raining down. Most of them are hitting the tarps.
Yeah.
So I got lucky, but some were laying on the ground. And then it cut to John Landis saying, yeah, he was working
filming Trading Places.
Yeah, Trading Places. And all it costs, we got to shut down production. We got to go somewhere because there's some shooting. And then to come back 45 minutes, it's just some crazy filmmaker making a movie that's freaking people out as some of the shells were dropping on the ground.
Yeah, and then he said, Larry Cohen, John Landis, like, well, that figures. It was funny, and then people talking about him filming without permission, and then they wouldn't want him filming around the White House because of for that J. Edgar Hoover movie, which I'd never seen, by the way.
Right, I heard it. We know about it.
Yeah, I heard about it. And then I guess Betty Ford was a fan of two of the filmmakers, so they invited her to the White House.
Yeah, I think it might have been the two leads or something.
Yeah, and then Larry said, yeah, the funny thing is, I'd like to film in these places after, not tomorrow because the two leads are having dinner at the White House. So they were able to film everywhere, including J. Edgar Hoover's house, and they never had permission.
That I think he said without permission.
Yeah, they didn't have permission. They were laughing.
But at the shooting range, I think it was the FBI. They got permission after that because at first he had permission. Then when he found out it was about J. Edgar Hoover, oh no, we can't do that.
I know.
And then because of Betty Ford being a fan. Well, that's the thing about him that a lot of these people are saying. And it wasn't just because sometimes it'd be cheaper, but it's just the type of guy he was that he finds these like Academy Award winning people that are out of work because they're old, no one wants to hire them, so he'd give them work. So, but it wasn't just about them being cheap, but hey, he'd ask people, well, who needs a job right now? Okay, let's hire them. That was the type of person he said he was. That he's willing to help people. Oh, who has a house payment that needs made? Okay, hire them for this. Oh, this is a great actor. No one's hiring them. Oh, come work in my movie. He'd do that type of stuff too. Yeah. So, it sounds like he was a pretty good guy in that sense.
Yeah. Well, you talk about Betty Davis too for Wicked Stepmother, another movie I never heard of before.
Yeah.
Of his, I never heard of before. I mean, I heard of most of them, but I never heard of like Deadly Illusion, Perfect Strangers, not the TV show, but the movie. I never heard of that one.
Right.
I never saw Black Caesar and Helen Harlem. But he didn't talk about Full Moon High. He talked about all three of the. He talked about the first one. He mentioned the other two, and then like John was saying, Eric Robertson in the movie. He said, "Well, he showed up."
Yeah, because he didn't make it to the first year he canceled the Horror Fest because he had health issues. We found out later, but I don't think he reached out ahead of time, or maybe it was like the last minute. And then so it's like, okay, we understand. And then like the second year he should come out, and he never contacted us, I don't think. Or he might have just heard, he's not coming out. No reason given or anything, but whatever. But then we heard that he does that type of stuff.
No, he does. No show.
Eric, no show Roberts.
Yeah. See, that's cool. I mean, but it's a fun movie. I mean, I smiled most of the way through. I mean, and the stuff with Fred Williamson and him at different stories
was
really
cool.
funny.
He came out to Horror Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred is like you see in the movies because, I guess he was explaining that, he's kind of selling you a character.
Yeah.
Not just how he works. And, maybe kind of like what you see is what you're going to get if you hire him for a movie. But, unfortunately, the place I worked in, do this properly, I sent an email saying, hey, listen, we got Fred the Hammer Williams, played in the very first Super Bowl. Send a sports guy out to interview him on what it's like to play the very first Super Bowl.
That'd be cool.
First day of the Horror Fest, and I'm just like an extra body, working for the Rups. I introduced myself. Would you be interested in doing an interview with our TV station about what it was like to play in the very first Super Bowl? Oh yeah, whatever you need. But whatever you do, I don't want to have just the camera guy coming up and asking me questions. Well, that's what the station did. And they never really got into the Super Bowl stuff. How dumb. When's the next time you're going to have the opportunity to interview someone that played in the very first Super Bowl?
Wow.
And
they dropped the ball.
Blew it. It's like, he was willing to talk about it. He worked on, ABC Sports with Howard Cosell. I guess Howard Cosell got jealous because he's getting popular, so he got Fred fired. So Fred
I didn't know that.
Took pay off and threw it in Howard's lap and walked out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think they even had that in the newspaper when he did an interview with
Holy
him too when
crap.
he was here.
Well, I mean, this was a lot of fun. What did you say the other third one was Return to Salem's Lot? Maybe you saw?
No, I didn't see that.
I'm trying to think the other two you saw.
I think I saw the ambulance. For sure, I saw a Q. For sure, I saw the stuff.
Okay.
What's some of those other really big ones?
I don't know. Special effects weeks. They're the big one.
I never seen that. See, I can't remember now. We're watching. I'm like, I gotta remember these are the three movies that I definitely have seen. Now I'm brain farting.
Yeah, original gangsters.
No, well, It's Alive. I think I saw a long time ago, but I barely remember it. Just so I'm 90% sure I saw the ambulance because. You seem surprised when you saw a picture of James Earl Jones because he's in him.
I forgot he was in that.
That's when I remembered. Yeah, I definitely seen that because James Earl Jones was in it.
And then Red Barnes. Red Barnes.
Let's go to the barn.
Yeah, I love Red Barn. Red Barn. Now Red Buttons was in it, and he had I guess they were big close friends and stuff. I remember there was a great scene where they were fighting. He had a bedpan, not eating ribs out of a Howie cat. He had a bedpan. And the guy said, "Oh shit!" And he goes, "No, piss!" And he hit him in the face with it.
Yeah, and then he said the two of them became good friends. After that, because I guess Red was actually a fan of Larry's, and then wanted to work with him, so he did. And of course, Larry was nervous that he's gonna hate the movie, but he said, he watched the movie, loved it, and they became really good friends.
That's cool.
Who was the other actor that? No, it was the music.
Bernard Herrmann.
Yeah, Bernard Herrmann that scored Taxi Driver and then
And It's Alive.
Yeah,
It's Alive. Yep.
It's like he died, and
Well, God told me to. That's the one.
And then Larry actually put together a funeral and stuff, for him. And it's like Martin Scorsese was there because they just did Taxi Driver. He said, "Yeah, it's like the rabbi says, okay, here's the part where we need 10 Jews to get together and read all this stuff. And well, we didn't have 10 Jews, so we had all these Italians were dressed
put
up.
The yarmulkes on.
Yeah." And Robert De Niro turns to me and says, "What am I supposed to be doing?" Whatever the rabbi says, you just nod and smile.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like, you think of all these big names that he's worked with.
Yeah.
And I don't know how well known Larry is outside like the horror community.
Yeah.
It's like James Earl Jones, as we said. Eric Roberts is kind of big. Who else? Yaphet.
Yaphet Kotto, David Carradine.
Yeah, so he's worked with a lot of big people.
And then like Pam Grier and stuff like that. And then he got Kiefer Sutherland to play in Phone Booth.
Yeah, well,
I never
he
seen
didn't like the first guy that did the voice.
Yeah,
the sniper, I guess.
Yeah.
And so he said to the producers, "Well, that's Joe's choice. We can't say anything to him." It's like, I don't care. I'll say something to him. It's a free country. And Joe's like, "Really? You don't like his voice? Okay." And he says next day he calls up Kiefer Sutherland and gets Kiefer Sutherland to do the voice. And to me, I know I haven't seen the movies, but it's important to have the right voice for something.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to be,
There's one Disney movie, I love the actress that does a voice in it, but I hated her voice in this movie. I'm not going to say the movie or who it is, but, just because I don't want to think, well, you say she sucks. Well, no, I think she's a phenomenal actress. I love TV shows she was in, movies she's in. She just didn't have the right voice for animation. And there's just people like that. They might be brilliant actors, but they can't act with only their voice. And so I think that was the right decision that he said something to Schumacher saying, I don't like this guy's voice. You definitely have to have the right person for something like that.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I love the movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's a lot of fun. And I was just happy to see.
We learned so much.
I know. It was like, really cool.
You've seen a lot more than I have.
Yeah.
But then there's so much that you're like, wow, I didn't know he did that or that.
Yeah, I know. It was surprising.
Yeah. And he's one of these guys that, his ex-wife said even if he wasn't selling anything, he'd still be writing all the time.
Yeah.
He's just that type of artist that he's got to be constantly producing or writing.
And he was always happy.
Because I was just watching an interview with Seth Rogen on this Off the Camera with Sam Jones, not the one from Flash, but I don't know if you've ever seen any of this guy's interviews, but with celebrities. But it's kind of interesting because Seth kind of does that. He's writing constantly, and he's talking about the writing process, and then the good stuff will stick with you. And meanwhile, my writing partner will talk about it for years and years, but we'll just start with some small ideas and just keep going. And okay, what if we try this and that, and just throw it, and it becomes a movie. Like he used End of the World as an example, and talks about how it all just evolves, and you see him talking about how constantly writing, and that's what you got to do. Because I think, or like Seth is saying, some writers like, they're too afraid to commit to write to something, but you have to write. You have to do that, and then you see like he sells stuff to other people that even he doesn't direct.
Yeah.
Well, then he said, what's it? I forget the name of the website now.
Bloody Disgusting?
No, Cohen's website.
Oh, well, Larry Cohen, you can read some of the screen.
Just LarryCohen.com.
I believe so,
you
yeah.
You read 10 of his unproduced screenplays for free on
that's
website. Cool. So I might have to do that. Yeah. I haven't finished it, but years ago I got a Richard Matheson book that had some of his unsold screenplays. I read a couple of them. They're pretty good. In case you know who Richard Matheson is. Oh boy, what do you do? The Incredible Melting Man, I Am Legend, I think he did stuff for Outer Limits.
Yeah.
And
American International, I believe, too.
He's done a ton of movies. He's one of the top writers. I think, let's see, which one did you say?
American National, too. He did stuff for them, didn't he?
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember the actual movies.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Last Man on Earth, maybe?
Oh, that
was
I Am
Legend. Yeah.
That's based on
I can't remember.
Legend. Stir of Echoes with
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
The one with Robin Williams with Dreams May Come. That's his. Was it Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeves, which I've never seen. He wrote, a lot of it's the books or stories he wrote. Some are screenplays. He belonged to one of these groups of people that were all friends. I think they're called like the Sorcerers of Southern California. And him, not going to forget everybody's names. Some of his friends that wrote on Outer Limits. Harlan Ellison was one of them. I think Ray Bradbury was one of them. This whole group of writers that were friends and worked on like Twilight Zone and Outer Limits and Star Trek as well as their own. But anyway, it's getting sidetracked again. But I bought a book of his unproduced screenplays. I've read a couple of his books, but seen a ton of his movies.
Oh, yeah.
So, he was very prolific. Got a Trilogy of Terror.
I remember that too.
Running around.
Yep.
Yeah, that's him. But yeah,
that's a good show.
If you like Larry Cohen stuff, or if you want to learn about him, check out.
Yeah, really interesting stuff.
It's almost 2 hours.
It's a lot of fun.
Worth it. A
lot of funny parts in it.
Look in Shudder and Amazon Prime and find more stuff to watch and throw on there and stuff.
Did you say you saw Return to Salem's Lot?
I said no.
Oh, okay. I saw that in Germany. Boy, some people really hated that movie.
Or maybe I did and hated it.
Yeah, I don't remember. But I didn't mind it. I
might have heard it sucked, so I never did. But again, some of
the
it's
stuff different than the original Stephen King one.
Right. I read the Stephen King sequel, and that was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a short story. Can't remember. It might have just been called Jerusalem's Lot.
Yeah, Jerusalem's Lot. Yeah.
It was just a short. I forget what book it was in. I don't know if you read that one.
I probably have, but I can't remember. There's so many.
Skeleton Crew or something.
Yeah, it probably was Skeleton Crew. I mean, and then, I really loved the movie. I get a 10 out of 10. I thought it was a lot of fun and stuff. And then we saw 2 other
short films.
The Whistler.
Yeah, The Whistler is pretty good. That's why I kind of like that Shudder. And Amazon Prime does this too, where they have short films.
Yeah.
I don't think Netflix does shorts. I can see. And I don't know. Well, they did. David Lynch short film is on there. But I mean, I know Amazon Prime was throwing some festival shorts on there and stuff. And then it looks like they have some festival shorts. It was pretty good about this girl that gets stuck babysitting her younger daughter while her parents go out to a business dinner and stuff. And her little sister wants to read this bedtime story about this whistler that lures children into the woods. And she reads a little bit, but then gives up and starts watching a horror movie. But that's all I'll tell you. I liked it. I thought it was good. It was only 11 minutes.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I mean, I give it probably a 7 out of 10. It's pretty good, pretty effective.
Yeah. You gotta remember these are little kids.
Yeah, short films.
Stuff. And then the other one, Jason wanted to see.
El Gigante, about a pro wrestler, but a little bit pro wrestling type horror film, but from the dark side. It's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Where this guy, it seems like he got in debt, so he has to enter a wrestling ring. And if he wins, I think he gets his debt paid off, but we won't tell you more than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard because 14 minutes, but it's very disturbing and stuff. I really enjoyed it. I give that probably about 8.25 out of 10. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. So I like that when you throw shorts. Just again, working for the Horror Fest all the time, you get to see a lot of movies that don't go anywhere, especially short films.
Yeah, short films, they don't mention it at all.
It's a shame because, you see some brilliant stuff. Even kid films. I've seen student films that are better than like Hollywood stuff. You know, the Hollywood cranks out a turd and
Yeah.
makes a lot of money on it, and I'm like, then you see wow, this is pretty good. Yeah, they're all kids. You know, you could tell it's kids, but damn, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I was a big fan of Vincent's Jockstrap Slaughterhouse. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I like that. And I guess that's it for me and John for our reviews of King Cohen, Wild World of actor Larry Cohen, and also short film The Whistler and El Gigante. So until next time, bye, please. Take care of my legion. Me and my buddy.